Right now, we're tracking your tax dollars, the crucial vote that would authorize millions more for the massive Dane County jail project.
And with more extreme cold in the forecast, we're sharing warning signs of frostbite and hypothermia.
And another very cold start to the morning. We've had some clouds move on in. We're tracking some snow later this evening. We'll talk about it coming up.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Leah Lynchide. Thanks for waking up with us. Temperatures going in the wrong direction this morning.
Yeah.
When I woke up around 2 a.m., it was, what, 15 degrees outside? Balmy.
Yeah.
They're headed closer to zero now.
Yeah, Kelly Slifka's got that first warn forecast for you this morning. Where are we at this morning, Kelly?
We are down to 1, yeah. When I came in, it was still in the lower teens this morning as well. But we had a weak system pass to our south that produced some snow. On the backside, we're getting a northerly wind. We've had some clearing, especially areas to the north. That's why we dropped down to 1. It's 16 in Janesville and 13 in Monroe, while it's 4 below right now in Camp Douglas. Some clouds in some areas this morning. See a little bit of sunshine, I think, for the morning hours before those clouds went out. Down to 0 in DeForest and Middleton, Sauk City at 1 below, 2 in Monona, and currently 5 in Oregon. So another very cold start to the morning. We are looking at an inch or 2 of snow moving in this evening, late this afternoon into the evening hour. Should be done with by midnight. But waking up to some of that snow on some of these ice-covered roads may cause some very slick conditions tomorrow morning. And then bitterly cold temperatures arrive tomorrow, continuing into much of the weekend. All right, the clouds will win out here as we get through the noon hour. Temperatures near 10, so fairly close to where we were yesterday as far as temperatures are concerned, but we will see more cloud cover. Eventually, some snow spreading in areas to the west here at 4 o'clock. Lone Rock, Mineral Point, seeing that leading edge of snow move in. Madison probably after 5 o'clock. Light, fluffy snow. It's going to be a very dry snow, not a lot of moisture with it, so you'll probably be able to just blow this off the windshield and maybe use the broom to get it off the sidewalk. That'll be developing toward the rush hour headed home. Temperatures in the teens today, but it gets colder after this round of snow tonight. We'll talk more about that coming up.
Okay, Kelly, thank you very much. New information this morning. A Democratic law firm is asking the Wisconsin Supreme Court to throw out the state's congressional maps now. It argues the court's decision last month on new state legislative maps opens the door for a challenge to the congressional boundaries. Republicans hold 6 of the state's 8 congressional seats right now. Only 2 of those districts are considered competitive. The Wisconsin Supreme Court, though, under a tight deadline to consider the challenge. State elections officials say those new maps would have to be in place by March 15th in order to prepare for August's primary.
The Dane County Board will take another vote on funding for the jail at a meeting tonight. A single bid to build the new jail came back in November at well over budget. It's currently almost $30 million over budget. The project's been a years-long discussion now. Tonight's meeting agenda includes a resolution to adjust the capital budget and reauthorize borrowing to pay for the jail. The State Journal reports this is the final piece to move forward to build the 6-story building downtown.
Let's take a live look now at the U.S. Capitol, where parts of the government are set to shut down tomorrow at midnight. That's unless lawmakers can prevent that shutdown. It would affect military construction, veterans, transportation, the Energy Department, and more. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says his chamber should be able to vote on and pass a stopgap measure today. It would create new funding deadlines of March 1st and 8th. It does require the help of the House Speaker, though, too.
In spite of what people are saying on both sides, this is a better agreement than we had.
Was also an openness to, in a bipartisan way, addressing the situation at the border.
Senators are working on that bipartisan immigration deal. The trouble is crafting a plan, though, that both Senate Democrats and hardline House Republicans can support by tomorrow night.
In campaign 2024, the state of Maine's Superior Court is clearing the way for former President Donald Trump to appear on the state's Republican presidential primary ballot for now. The issue of whether Trump's eligible for a second term in the White House is set to be decided by the U.S. Supreme Court. It agreed to review a decision from Colorado's Supreme Court finding Trump is disqualified from holding the presidency because of his involvement in the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. And more local news now. Dane County is opening its new Emergency Operations Center. It's designed to provide the county with an immediate response for weather-related emergencies. The new facility is in Fitchburg, designed to respond to flooding, severe weather, or other natural events. It has increased Wi-Fi and cellular capacity, permanent video conferencing capabilities, multiple large-screen monitors, radio communications, and an audio system.
With this new custom-designed facility, everything is set and ready to go and under one roof. This will allow for faster response, greater coordination, and increased capacity.
Dane County purchased the former Fitchburg Fire Station in 2020 for $1.8 million and then spent $5.6 million to convert the space.
You should be on the lookout this week for signs of hypothermia and frostbite if your family's spending any time outdoors. For the average adult, it can take between 10 and 15 minutes in this type of weather for frostbite to settle in. For kids, it can be even faster because of their size and circulation. Limiting skin exposure and time outside is the best way to protect your family. Lotion, Vaseline, and cream can help protect the skin. But even with those protections, you should be on the lookout for these symptoms.
Your skin would become very red, and it can be tingling, and then it would feel numb. And it's getting worse when you get to frostbite, when you see whitening of the skin.
As for hypothermia, you'll see a lot of shivering, sometimes speech change, even clumsiness or weakness. Doctors say that's when you should get help.
We are one step closer to seeing an Amtrak station in Madison. City planners released a detailed study this week. It's part of the search for the best spot to put a passenger rail station in the city that would connect us to Milwaukee and Chicago in the Twin Cities. Braden Ross read it and has this breakdown.
In 1971, Madison lost rail service, and we've really kind of been wanting it back ever since.
Well, now Madison has a chance to get back on track. Amtrak, that is.
There's going to be a lot of different entities that play into the decision on where we place a station.
So the city of Madison commissioned a study to give those entities and the public a glance at what passenger rail in Madison could look like. They identified 6 different areas on existing rail lines where an Amtrak station could go, then evaluated them based on things like ridership potential, rail operations, and land availability.
If you add those 3 things together, it kind of made it easier to eliminate some of the corridors that were more challenging or didn't necessarily meet expectations.
That brought them to 3 different potential corridors. First Street, near where the new public market will go, Oscar Mayer, right next to the old Oscar Mayer plant, and downtown, all of which have pros and cons.
Generally, the station locations that are closer to downtown would allow people to get to their destinations, perhaps by just walking, right, or by using a bus, and that's attractive. However, the downtown locations aren't maybe as attractive for people that would need parking.
From there, they identified 8 different specific station locations and mapped out the benefits and drawbacks of those as well. Now they're one step closer to picking 1 or 2 of those plans to flesh out even further, and they want your input. But while there are a lot of details to focus on, it's the big picture that's the most exciting.
We have an opportunity to get passenger rail, right? And maybe one person might like location A, another person might like location C, right? And to me, it doesn't matter what location it is, right? If we can get passenger rail back to Madison, wouldn't that be exciting?
That was Braden Ross reporting. The city of Madison will hold some public information meetings on the rail study. There's one coming up on January 30th and February 6th. As for when we could actually see whichever station they pick become reality here in the city, it won't likely be until the early 2030s.
A reminder now, today's the final day to try and win free tickets to Restaurant Week here on News 3 Now this morning. It's next week already. They're worth $30 each for lunch or dinner at your favorite spot. Enter for a chance to win a pair of them over at channel3000.com/entertainment/contests.
Yeah, maybe a lunch date with me and the missus.
Yeah, good chance to shop local.
There you go. 6:08 now. Kelly Slifka, what's coming up?
Start to the morning. We are looking at some snow. Our next system will be bringing us some snow later this evening, and we'll track that for you coming up with the first warm forecast.
And coming up in sports, we're talking Packers and looking ahead to their playoff matchup with the Niners. What the team says could be their key to snapping their losing streak against San Francisco in the postseason.
You better believe I'm ringing the bell here at Bikes for Kids, Wisconsin. You know I can't help myself when it comes to ringing any sort of noise here. Coming up in the 608, we're going to be talking about their new vision and expanded look here across the state when News 3 Now this morning continues.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning, brought to you by Toyota. Dear winter, we're coming. Our squad of vehicles with all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive, is ready to take you on. Safety's the name of our game. Bundle up. Toyota.
Right now, you can get 2.99% APR financing for 60 months on a tough 2023 Toyota Tacoma. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
I'm Dina Noland. I drive for Cobeson Buses. Working with Cobeson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. First day of school for my son, the fact that I get to bring him there and I can just park my bus right on the side and walk in. They don't mind that. They want you to be there for your family.
I've always enjoyed working with kids. The opportunity to transport them in a bus, I enjoy doing it.
Visit Cobeson.com to apply.
Hello, everyone. I'm giving this lamp away. I'm interested. Great. When can you pick it up? Hello?
I'm interested.
Can you pick it up today? Why did you message me?
I'd be interested.
Are you, though?
Yeah. You bring lamp to me.
Save yourself the hassle of selling stuff online and donate it to the Salvation Army instead. Now accepting donations at our new Madison location, opening this February.
Spectrum Mobile brings you our best deal to start the new year. Now you can get unlimited mobile for $15 per line. Switch to Spectrum Mobile Unlimited for just $15 per line with no added taxes or hidden fees and no contracts. Save over $1,400 for the first year. Call 855-231-7007. Spectrum Mobile includes nationwide 5G and the fastest wireless speeds with unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to Spectrum Mobile Unlimited for just $15 per line. Call 855-231-7007 or visit a Spectrum store near you.
Find inspiration at the Build and Remodel Expo, sponsored by James Hardy. Meet local experts showcasing the latest innovations in home building and remodeling. Visit buildremodelexpo.com for details.
Ordinary is the opposite of beautiful. Beauty drops our jaws, dilates our eyes, and beauty is something we can create right now at Floor & Decor.
Only at Vanguard, you're more than just an investor, you're an owner. That means your priorities are ours, too. Our retirement tools and advice can help you leave a legacy for the ones you love. That's the value of ownership.
Your logo can identify your company, inspire your customers, and energize your team. We're 4imprint, and we can help your logo create moments that matter. Explore thousands of promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
You're watching the Emmy Award-winning News 3 Now this morning.
We're back talking about what's going on in the 608 this morning. There's a local nonprofit expanding its vision in 2024, making transportation by bike even more accessible for everyone.
Josh Breider's on two wheels here in Madison, talking all about it. Good morning, Josh.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, we're coming to you from Bikes for Kids, Wisconsin this morning, their warehouse here on Madison's south side. We got a couple of bikes here. They're a pair. We got the Adventurer and the Traveler because we love everything here, traveling and adventures across southern Wisconsin. Chrissy Goforth is back with us. Chrissy, good morning to you.
Morning. I think this is a sign for us. We need to take a trip.
Seriously, isn't this so fun? They're so cute. And these are actually a little unique. I didn't even know this was a thing. These are folding bikes.
Yes. So you can see there's a hinge right in the middle. They pack right down into a small bag. So for the traveler, or if you're living on a boat, these are a great option. And yours is an e-bike.
Which is a really unique thing in itself, and we're seeing more and more of that now, especially as we're going into the future.
Definitely. And, you know, it's an interesting sign of the times for us because last year we got 2 broken e-bikes donated to us. This year we received 12.
Wow.
So we see where the market is going, and it's something we really need to start thinking about.
And I think this just goes to show just how unique you guys are with all of the options that you're able to get out into the community.
Yeah. And, you know, so like a donation like this, now this isn't really a bike we would give away to one of our recipients because they're like first-time bike owners, and this is really unique. So a bike like this is a great donation for us because we can sell this and it allows us to give 5 bikes to people. So it's a great way to leverage our program and help support us.
Which that helps you in your expanded vision here in 2024 because you have a brand new name here this year, Bikes for Kids Wisconsin. So you guys are really trying to get more of a reach here across the state.
We really are. And, you know, we've thought about this for a long while because, I mean, there are so many bikes in Dane County, and we've seen, like, you know, while there's need in Dane County, there is so much need, say, in Milwaukee County or Racine County. And so we've been giving bikes to Milwaukee and Racine for the past 2 years. And, you know, it's incredible that Dane County is fueling this. And, like, really, it speaks so much to the generosity of people in Dane County and just the love for biking in our area.
I was going to say it. I think that's really what it comes down to is we're so lucky to have such a beautiful area and so many wonderful trails to be able to
Absolutely.
enjoy.
You know, our municipalities and our county government have invested a ton in bike infrastructure.
You know, if people are interested in helping out, what's the best way for them to do so?
You know, they can donate a bike, and, you know, we're now selling these high-end road bikes as well, so that helps us sustain our program and give more bikes away. So even if you have a road bike that you're willing to part with, and I know that can be hard.
Yes,
it's hard to give your bike away. We'll take it, and it'll really help a lot of people.
Wonderful. Well,
Yes.
Christy, thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thank you,
We
Josh.
appreciate it. If you'd like to learn more about Bikes for Kids Wisconsin, you can go to the story up on channel3000.com here. We got the old bikes, we got the new bikes, a little bit of everything in between here, guys. Such a fun morning here in the 608.
All right, Josh, talk to you soon. Thanks.
Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. There's his handle on social media and his email address to reach out.
6:15, Kelly Slifka's outside. How is it out there?
Yeah, you know, it is very cold. It is a lot colder now than when I came into work. We dropped about 10 degrees. We were in the lower teens when I came into work. Now we're closer to 0. So it is fairly cold out here this morning. Wind chills, the coldest that we are expecting will be coming in Saturday and Sunday morning. Wind chills could get close to 25 below 0. So we're going to get a reinforcing shot of some cold air. That's coming in with some snow tonight. This will be developing this evening. 1 to 2 inches of very dry, fluffy snow, the kind that you can just use your broom to maybe clear the sidewalk, maybe just blow it off your windshield. And then after Sunday, we're talking about milder weather, mainly rain coming our way. So our system that we're watching for tonight is coming out of Canada. It's bringing it's kind of a leading edge of the polar air mass that's going to be invading us again by tomorrow going into Saturday, and that will bring us some snow. In fact, they already have winter weather advisories because of 2 to 4 inches of snow across Iowa and parts of Illinois. It looks like the heavier snow will stay just south of the border. So if you are traveling toward Rockford or Chicago, later tonight and tomorrow, you can encounter some snow. Now, for us, the snow chances go up after 4 o'clock, 5, 6 o'clock, toward midnight. And then after that, it looks like most of the snow will be moving on to the east. But it's not going to last long, but it will be long enough to produce an inch or two of dry, fluffy snow for us tonight. Now, we do have alert days for the snow tonight, causing some slick, icy roads tomorrow morning. And then we're talking about some bitterly cold temperatures with some of those wind chills getting close to 25 below 0 come Saturday and Sunday morning. Today, the clouds will win out. A little bit of sunshine this morning, but eventually the clouds win out, leading to some snow. Probably not in Madison until after 5 o'clock. Should initially be fairly light, but it may pick up a little bit as we get towards 7 o'clock. And a lot of this moves on to the east as we get toward midnight. And then the northerly winds kick in and bring us some much colder temperatures. As far as snowfall totals, I think we can see an inch or two in Madison, even though this computer model's keeping it a little bit less. That's simply because it's going to be really dry, fluffy snow. Not a lot of moisture content in this snow that comes tonight. It's 4 below Lone Rock, 16 in Janesville. We're at 1, hanging 1 degree above 0, but it is 0 in Middleton, 7 in Verona, 6 in Belleville. So temperatures kind of all over the place, with clear skies, calm winds in some areas this morning, getting up to 14. So very similar to yesterday with that snow developing after 5 o'clock in Madison. Then we turn bitterly cold Friday into Saturday and Sunday morning before finally some thaw. We're going to be thawing quite a bit by early next week. In fact, we're talking about mainly rain. There might be a little bit of ice Monday, but mainly rain much of next week.
The Bucks played the Cavs last night and did it without Giannis. The last time Giannis was out, Dame Lillard scored 37 points, and the Bucks won. They did add a key piece back to their lineup, Jay Crowder, back after 2 months, but it wouldn't make much of a difference. First quarter, and Milwaukee already getting mauled. Cavs lead 28-11, and Dame hits his first 3 of the night. He'd finished with 17 points, but this game, and I can't believe I'm saying this, was the Georges Niang game. The Iowa State legend connects from 3. He dropped a career-best 33 points, going 13 of 14 from the field. Bucks get blown out 135-95 is your final. Maybe in their wildest dreams, Packers fans expected Jordan Love to be this good this early. But what he did on Sunday, I mean, come on, who expected that? After posting the third best QBR in playoff history, Love and the Packers are headed for San Francisco. The teams will meet for an NFL record 10th time in the postseason, a matchup that Aaron Rodgers was 0-4 in. But maybe Love can turn Green Bay's luck.
I'll tell you what, the guy made some massive plays in that game that kind of go off script, so to speak. And to me, that's where you see so much value in him. There are so many great plays.
I mean, I always thought and believed and knew that he was going to be a good quarterback. I mean, I don't think anyone could have foreseen the type of games that he's been throwing together.
And Wisconsin football hired A.J. Blazek as their new offensive line coach. Blazek has spent his entire coaching career coaching the O-line and returns to the Big Ten, where he played in college, to help Bucky's big men. To no one's surprise, Steve Stricker was named the PGA Champions Tour Player of the Year yesterday. Strick shot a 67.54 average this year, setting a new Champions Tour record. Edgerton's own won 6 of his 16 events in 2023, including 3 majors, while hauling in $4 million, which also set a new tour record. That's your morning sports fix. Have an incredible Thursday.
Thanks, Andrew. Coming up next, more Packers coverage. We'll reveal some fun facts about the players you might not know about.
And as we head to break, a look at gas prices here in Wisconsin compared to the national average. We're back after this.
Watch News 3 Now at 6 with Eric, Charlotte, Gary, and Zach. Weeknights.
This year, we're doubling down on new at Bob's.
So happy new year.
Nice.
I've got new styles like my Dylan Sectional. New ways to recharge with my Tuxedo Motion sofa. New mattresses for a new lease on life. New colors and new everyday low prices. My Calvin bedroom is just $7.99. I've even got a new look.
Same look.
But it's fresh. When you can have a new year for less, there's only one thing to say. Oh, my Bob!
Bob's Discount Furniture.
Choose FlexBuy at a new Ford F-150 and get 3.9% APR financing for 66 months, plus $1,500 FlexBuy cash. See your local Ford dealer.
A logo can do more than identify your company. It can connect in meaningful ways, energize your team, and inspire your customers. We're 4imprint, and we know your logo on the right product can create moments that matter. With 30 years of experience and thousands of products to choose from, we guarantee your order will be right the first time, on time, and for a great price. Be certain that the right moments will matter. Explore thousands of promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
This is Kathy. She's about to see her dentist. She's afraid. Not because of the drill, but because of the bill. A big bill. But Kathy doesn't need to be afraid, and neither do you, thanks to affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company. It's easy to get this coverage. Don't believe me? Call or go online for all the details. You could even have this free information kit. This isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance. It helps pay for over 400 procedures. That's a lot. I'm talking cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures. Bottom line, you'll have help paying for routine care and expensive major work. But if you want deductibles, forget it. There aren't any. No annual maximum either. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Stop fearing the big bill. Start saving at the dentist. Call now or go to sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Help St. Vincent de Paul and News 3 Now give neighbors in need a warm night's sleep. The last weekend in January, donate new or gently used blankets at St. Vinny's and local drop-off sites. Or give to the online blanket fund. Join us and recycle the warmth.
Welcome back. I'd like to say Gwen has a warm welcome to come sit by her on this nice, beautiful bench, but I think it's probably a little chilly this morning.
Just a touch chilly. I would love to see what this looks like in May.
A very peaceful spot, perhaps.
Or June. But it looks nice. Nice scenic spot there, I bet. Thanks, Gwen, for the picture. All right, so the Packers take on the 49ers with a shot to play in the NFC Championship on the line. And this team looks a lot different than the playoff teams of the past.
Accurate. So we wanted to learn a little bit more about some of the guys in green and gold. Here's some fun, fast facts.
All right.
Jair Alexander. He launched a youth and adult clothing line back in 2022. It's called Pilo. It was created for people who participate in yoga, meditation, and nature.
That's fascinating. Did you know this? Aaron Jones has a twin brother.
What?
Who played with the Baltimore Ravens in 2018-2019.
Learning stuff. And Luke Musgrave, as a teen, won multiple skiing events, both in the U.S. and Europe. He learned to ski at age 4.
That's really surprising. He doesn't seem like the kind of guy who would ski, but there you go.
Graceful.
Don't judge a book by its cover. Christian Watson, his father, Tim, was drafted by Green Bay in the 1993 draft.
And finally, you might know this one. Jonathan Owens is married to legendary Olympic gymnast Simone Biles.
They're going to have some athletic genes.
Oh, that is going to be
they choose to have children.
An impressive household, that's for sure.
Looking forward to that matchup on Saturday against the Niners. Not California weather around here, that's for sure. Kelly Slifka is talking about a chilly morning at the bus stop.
Yeah, another very cold start to the morning. We do have some clouds moving on in. We're in the single digits, maybe a little bit of sun this morning. We are looking at some light snow to develop later today. But right now we're starting out at 1 below 0 in Lone Rock. Not quite as cold. The wind chills right now in the single numbers to the south.
We're back after this. You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
To count down the days, but my ski trip to Cascade Mountain with my cousin each year, so much fun. We used to pretend like we were flying. Now, we really do. My dad and my uncle like that we still ski free. But Noah and I, we just have fun. See you there.
My dry eyes made me a burning, stinging 5 times a day.
Makeup smearing, drops user.
I want another option. That's not another drop.
Tyrvaya. It's not another drop. It's the first and only nasal spray for dry eye. Tyrvaya treats the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease fast by helping your body produce its own real tears. Common side effects include sneezing, cough, and throat and nose irritation.
Relying only on drops? Not me. My own real tears are my relief.
Ask your eye doctor about Tyrvaya.
Spectrum Mobile brings you our best deal to start the new year. Now you can get unlimited mobile for $15 per line. That's right, only $15 a month per line. It's our best price on unlimited mobile. Switch now and save over $1,400 for the first year with Spectrum Mobile, the nation's fastest growing mobile provider. Switch to Spectrum Mobile Unlimited for just $15 per line with no added taxes or hidden fees and no contracts. Call 855-204-1678 or visit a Spectrum store near you. With Spectrum Mobile, you get a fast, reliable 5G network that millions of customers rely on. And you get the fastest wireless speeds with unlimited data to stream all day and the freedom to text and talk all you want. Plus nationwide 5G at no additional cost. All this for $15 a line with no added taxes or hidden fees. Start saving over $1,400 on your mobile bill now. Switch to Spectrum Mobile Unlimited for just $15 per line with no added taxes or hidden fees and no contracts. Call 855-204-1678 or visit a Spectrum store near you.
Dear all-wheel drive, let's show the road what we've got. Snowy streets, we're coming for you. Icy grip, we're holding tight. Wintry mix, meh. Safety's the name of our game. Yours, Toyota all-wheel drive sedans.
Right now, get 4.99% APR for 60 months on a new Toyota RAV4, Corolla, Highlander, Tundra, or Crown. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
PB&J?
PB before we go.
P before we go.
P before we go.
See you tomorrow?
Yeah.
This morning, livelihood lost. We'll hear from the owner of the building that burned down in Beloit last week.
Plus, we're taking your concerns about snow-covered roads in Madison to the Streets Division. Why they say current conditions are the best-case scenario.
In another very cold start to the morning, temperatures in the single numbers for some, still in the teens down to the south. We're tracking some snow later tonight. We'll have it for you coming up.
Good Thursday morning, everyone, and welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Leah Lynchide. Thanks for waking up with us. I'd love to say it's a nice balmy degree of 15 outside, but temperatures are dropping right now.
It's interesting, when we came into work this morning, it was a bit warmer. It felt nicer out there, but the temperature started falling. Kelly Slifka's tracking those temps for us this morning in your first warn forecast. Where are we sitting right now, Kelly?
Yeah, we're down to 1. We were in the teens like you mentioned earlier this morning, but now as a system passing to our south, we got a northerly wind bringing in some colder temperatures from the north, and also we've had some clearing to the north. Not quite as cool down in Monroe and Janesville, still sitting in the teens, while it's 1 in Madison, 2 in Watertown and Juneau, below 0 in Boscobel and Lone Rock. Right now across Dane County, 0 in Middleton to Sauk City, Mount Vernon at 1, Oregon at 3, while Marshall's sitting at 2 degrees this morning. So it is a cold start to the morning. Still have some clouds here in Madison. We've had some clearing. A very cold start to the morning as well. We are looking at 1 to 2 inches of snow to develop this evening. This might start to move in toward the rush hour, headed home from work and school. Snow on top of that ice will create some very dicey conditions come tomorrow morning, even though the snow that's falling will be done with. Bitterly cold temperatures to follow. This is one last surge of some Arctic air that will arrive tomorrow into the first half of the weekend. I think we'll be in the teens today, kind of like yesterday, but more cloud cover. Eventually those clouds giving way to some snow to the west, but as we get toward 5, 6 o'clock here in Madison, we'll see some of that snow that will continue up until about midnight. Otherwise, some light snow developing late. Temperatures in the teens today. Some bitterly cold weather tomorrow, but there is some hope for some warmer weather. We'll have more coming up.
Okay, Kelly, thank you very much. This morning, there's a new fence surrounding a retention pond in Sun Prairie. 2 young brothers, 6-year-old Antoine Amos Jr. and 8-year-old Legend Sims, fell through the ice there and died days later. This installment follows calls from the boys' family for safety measures to keep other kids safe. Sun Prairie's Director of Public Services says more could be coming soon. A Madison alder who knows the mom of the 2 boys says she plans to address the same concerns in Madison. She also hopes to see similar efforts across Wisconsin.
I'm confident that within this next couple of months, more municipalities will, whether it be warning signs, whether it's fencing, whatever the thing is, to keep kids safe who live in close proximity to these kinds of bodies of water, we'll see some improvements.
Back in Sun Prairie, there aren't any new requirements set in stone for new safety measures around bodies of water. Following the installment of the new fence, though, the boys' aunt sent a statement to News 3 Now. It reads, "We are grateful the fence is up to serve and protect other kids from drowning to death."
6:32 now. We're following up on the tire fire in Beloit from last Friday that forced residents from their homes during a snowstorm. Property owner Dan Langon rented the building at 1515 Yates Avenue to Francisco Zaringa back in October of 2023. Zaringa, the owner and operator of Cisco's Auto Service, says Langon let him know about the surplus of tires there, but said that he was in the process of removing them. Langon told News 3 Now this week he tried desperately for years to get rid of those tires, but in 2015, the tires weren't a concern after the DOJ sued him and the DNR deemed the tires an environmental hazard. Now Zaringa says he's interviewing for jobs around town.
You know, I got to keep going. And I got a family that I need to take care of it. So that's my first or my main concern right now. I got to take care of my bills at home.
Zaringa says he's not sure he'll be able to recover his business. As far as the fire's cause, that's still under investigation. The deputy fire chief did tell us that the building had no sprinkler system or fire protections.
Right now, driving around Madison continues to be pretty dicey with snowpack covering the roads since Friday's storm. Our Armand Rahman took your concerns about the city's response to snow and ice removal straight to the Streets Division for answers.
The road conditions are definitely not optimal right now, but the City of Madison Streets Division says after 2 major snowstorms and a hard freeze and a week of frigid temperatures, this is exactly where they want things to be.
You can get the result we have on the roads right now by making a mistake. You can do that. That's not what happened here.
You may find that hard to hear when you drive down John Nolan Drive, for example, on what looks like an ice rink. We asked Madison Street Superintendent Charlie Romines about that route and others that you've brought up.
It's certainly slick in spots. You know, we understand hard-packed snow can be slippery and is in certain places. It's not ice.
And he says snowpack was the safer alternative because of the city's plow crews on busy main streets tried to continuously salt like the DOT does on open highways.
What happens is if you can't keep up with it, is that you risk the real opportunity of creating ice.
But according to Romines, that's not because the Streets Division is underfunded or lacking equipment for what he calls a once-in-a-blue-moon weather event.
Was there anything we needed to handle this event better based on our long-standing practices and policies and service levels for snow and ice in the city of Madison? No.
He says since Friday, they've had hundreds of trucks from his division and others out, and his crew won't stop until things are expected to warm up next week.
We understand that this is inconvenient for people. It's not ideal. You know, we kind of landed the plane about with the options that were ahead of us.
The street superintendent expects temperatures to get warm enough around Monday morning where they can start applying salt to get the roads back to bare pavement. But he says that means plows will start pushing that slushy snow in front of driveways and on the edges of roads, so be prepared for that. In Madison, Armand Rahman, News 3 Now.
There's a bigger need for blood donations this morning. Senators say donations are down because of the storm and extreme cold, all while donations are down all across the country. Right now, the nonprofit Impact Life is asking people across southern Wisconsin for help. The group says its true blood donations usually decrease around the holidays, but the problem's only made worse by bad road conditions and the cold.
We always expect some snow and cold, but this has been to a degree where unfortunately we have had to cancel numerous blood drives. I mean, dozens of blood drives across our service region.
If you're able to give blood, you can schedule an appointment at bloodcenter.org. You can find that link by going to this story at channel3000.com or the Channel 3000 mobile app. It's free in your app store.
The weather making for some beautiful sights around the state, if freezing out there. Check out this video out of Milwaukee. Clouds over Lake Michigan. This was on Tuesday when temperatures were below zero across all of southern Wisconsin. Check it out. The person who filmed the video, Michael Antonelli, says the convective clouds kind of look like mountains over Lake Michigan.
This was the same day that Milwaukee Public Schools ended up canceling. I believe it had something to do with, like they experienced in Mount Horeb, the diesel fuel in the buses got too cold. So freezing temperatures over near Milwaukee that day.
Wind chills that day, yeah, around 25
Brutal.
to 30 below zero.
Ugh. Well, this weekend, you can head to Madison and Dane County parks for free winter activities. The parks are waiving their typical permit fees this Saturday and Sunday. Activities available include cross-country ski trails, disc golf, and several off-leash dog parks.
A reminder, Restaurant Week is next week, and today's your last chance to get free tickets here on News 3 Now this morning. They're worth $30 each for your favorite spot. You can use them for lunch or for dinner. Enter for a chance to win a pair of them over at channel3000.com/entertainment/contests.
Restaurant Week coming up quickly there.
Yeah, it did. We do two of them. We do Winter Restaurant Week and Summer Restaurant Week in partnership with Madison Magazine. So here's your chance to warm up, get a little bit of comfort food.
Yeah, warming up sounds pretty nice on a day like today. Still pretty chilly out there, Kelly.
Yeah, still very cold again this morning, and we are tracking some snow that may be arriving going into the evening hours. We'll see how much we can expect coming up in the first warm forecast.
Will you cue me, Josh, to go?
And we're live in the 608 this morning at Bikes for Kids, Wisconsin. I bet you haven't seen something like this before. Christy's giving me a ride, and we're going to talk about their new vision here in the 608 when we come back. I know I'm pretty heavy, aren't I?
No, not at all.
Hey, Lexus, show alternate routes.
The future. Sometimes it's a work in progress. Other times it's pretty well thought out. The tech forward and tech ready
Lexus NX.
Get special offers on the 2024 NX 350 all-wheel drive.
Thousands of our heroes face the difficult choice between keeping their heat and power on or facing homelessness. 21,000 Wisconsin veterans are living below the poverty line, many impacted by physical or mental health challenges. Wisconsin loses 3 veterans to suicide every week. Together, our mission is to provide all struggling Wisconsin veterans with a critical survival safety net that keeps them safely in their homes. You can make a real difference by providing a donation to the Wisconsin Heat and Housing for Heroes initiative, with 95 cents of every dollar donated going directly to those right here in your community. Help by visiting www.heatforheroes.org or by calling 1-800-891-9276. That's 800-891-9276.
Can your roof handle our Wisconsin winters? If you're tired of repairing leaks and replacing shingles after each storm, call us, the metal experts at Sweeto Metal Roofing.
Sweeto Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
Interested in an electric vehicle? Bergstrom has the largest selection of electric vehicles and a team you can trust. Buy with confidence and complete peace of mind from Wisconsin's #1 automotive retailer. Bergstrom Automotive, driven to deliver gas, hybrid, or electric.
Tonight at 10. For 5 decades, they traveled across Wisconsin and beyond, telling the stories of ordinary folks.
We always had fun. It's never work if it's fun.
But even the best things come to an end.
A little bittersweet.
I'll sit down with the dynamic duo behind News 3 Now's Traveler.
You've done so many stories. Awesome. And 3 or 4 good ones.
Revisiting favorite moments and spilling secrets. Traveler calls it a wrap tonight on News 3 Now at 10.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning, meteorologist Kelly Slifka out on the cold patio. Temperatures definitely dropped from just the last few hours here in southern Wisconsin, at least in the Madison area. Of course, we got all the snow on the ground. And we've had some clearing, at least in Madison, at least at times. A little bit thicker cloud to the south where they actually had a little bit of snow right along the Illinois border toward Rockford, then Chicago. We're watching this system moving through South Dakota now. This will be diving into southern Wisconsin and northern Illinois, bringing us some snow later today. And we are talking about 1 to 2 inches coming our way this evening. And behind it, we're going to talk about very cold wind chills. Bitterly cold wind chills come Saturday and Sunday mornings. Those look to be the coldest of this next stretch going into the weekend. But then we are expecting milder conditions next week. Rain showers, might be a little bit of freezing rain there at the onset of that rain. We'll have to watch that on Monday, but it's mainly going to be a rain event for much of next week. So our snow chances ramp up, probably not until about 5 o'clock here in Madison, a little bit sooner areas to the west, and it'll be mainly this evening. Some very dry, fluffy snow. There's not a lot of moisture in the air when it's this cold, so it's going to be one of those that you can just use a broom or maybe just blow the snow off your windshield going into this evening. This will be done with by tomorrow, but of course we've got all the ice on these roads. Could be pretty dicey for the morning commute tomorrow. Then the bitter cold comes our way. We're looking at wind chill values once again down to 25 below zero Saturday and Sunday morning. So that's why we have the alert day right through the weekend. The alert day for today is mainly that snow that's coming in this evening with the ice on the roads causing tricky travel later tonight. Otherwise, planning your day, the clouds will win out. A little bit of sunshine this morning. We're headed back into the mid-teens, very similar to yesterday. Snow starts to spread in here about 5 o'clock here in Madison. Initially fairly light, but if you're going to be traveling this evening, you might see occasionally some moderate snow passing through. It should be out of here by midnight. And then we're talking about the winds picking up out of the north, bringing some much colder air come our way Friday. So snowfall totals, I would think we would maybe see 1 to 2 inches of snow here in Madison. Same goes down to the south, maybe a little bit closer to 3 inches. computer models, when it's this cold, the air, they tend to not overdo the snow. I think we'll see that dry, fluffy snow maybe accumulating a little bit more than what the computer model is indicating. Already winter weather advisories for Iowa today, going into tonight down to the south. So if you're traveling toward Rockford and Chicago, 2 to 4 inches of snow. So we got the cold air that's in place, and we'll get one last shot coming our way tonight through tomorrow and Saturday. Eventually, though, that slides on to the east. Some warmer weather, but you notice this dip in the jet stream down in the south. That's going to bring in not only warmer weather, but a lot of moisture from the Gulf of Mexico. Initially, could see a little bit of ice and then generally rain, it looks like, next week. 1 right now in Madison, 4 below in Lone Rock, 16 in Janesville, 11 in Monroe across Dane County. Varies quite a bit depending on whether you're seeing clear skies or cloud cover. It's 3 below, though, in Middleton, while it's 9 in Cottage Grove. All right, we've got the very cold conditions today, bitterly cold tomorrow, with that 1 to 2 inches of snow tonight. Sun returns this weekend, but bitterly cold wind chills in the morning, close to 25 below zero both Saturday and Sunday morning. And then there's no in between here. 17 on Sunday, then we're right in the 30s on Monday. Mainly rain, maybe a little bit of ice. We'll have to watch that on Monday.
You think we'll lose a lot of that snow out there as we see the rain?
Yeah, you know, I mean, with the temperatures close to 40, rain on top of the snow, it will be melting. It's not going to be looking pretty next week, so take advantage of the snow this weekend while you can.
One more question. Flooding concerns for early next week with all the melting and the rain?
Yeah, you know, you never can count that out, especially this time of the year, as we have iced over now some of our rivers, some of our slower rivers, and then obviously the melting snow on top of with rain doesn't really have anywhere to go. So that'll be a concern next week as well.
Okay, Kelly Slipka, thank you.
6:45, there's a local nonprofit expanding its vision this year, making transportation by bike accessible for all.
Josh Breider is live telling us all about it this morning. Hey there, Josh.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, we're live at Bikes for Kids Wisconsin, their warehouse here on Madison South Side. Christy Goforth is the executive director, joining us dark and early here on a Thursday morning. Christy, good morning. Good to see you again.
Morning. Great to see you.
So you guys were in a new location since we last saw you guys at Easttown Mall. So you have this wonderful warehouse, which really gives you so many more means to be able to do what you're doing.
It absolutely does. And so like behind us here is where if you're coming to volunteer, this is where you're going to work on bikes. This is where our bike mechanics, our youth education program takes place. So you can see we're really well outfitted here.
So this warehouse, you said, what, 1,600 bikes you have alone right now?
Yeah, we do. So, and they've all got to be fixed. So if you want to come out and volunteer, now's the time.
So you guys have a little bit of everything here.
We really
and obviously you guys now have the space. You have a little bit more ability to do what you want to do.
We really do. And one thing I think people wouldn't think about is when you want to buy a high-end bicycle that's used, come on over. Check out this donation we received, this Spanish-made carbon fiber blend bicycle. This was donated by the executive director of the Capital Off-Road Pathfinders. So her generosity is going to allow us to give bikes to a lot more people. So it's another way you can support us, is come and buy a bicycle from us.
So you guys have your brand new name, Bikes for Kids Wisconsin, which is a little bit different, but you guys are kind of expanding your vision now.
Oh, we really are. And, you know, there was big news yesterday. The Madison Community Foundation announced their 2023 Community Impact Grants, and we were awarded $30,000 to buy a truck to haul bikes, which is such a huge essential tool for us. And so you're going to hear us launch our Mega Match program because someone stepped up to donate $15,000 to help us raise an additional $30,000 to get to this $60,000 price point. So we're looking for 3 donors that will donate $5,000 to help us make this truck a reality.
Every little thing that this community can do helps you guys out. I mean, big time.
It sure does. And it's, you know, when you help us, it's a ripple effect through the community. You know, we've served 172 nonprofits and schools through our program. We've just given away 10,091 bicycles so far, Josh.
Oh my
Isn't that awesome?
Congratulations.
Yeah.
So you guys have a little bit of everything. I mean, obviously this beautiful bike, and then folks saw before the commercial break the kangaroo bike that you were pushing me around in. That's what's so amazing. It goes to show just how unique bicycles are. And there's something for everyone.
There really is. You know, if you want a banana bike, we got that too.
I love it. So you are going to be having an open house here tomorrow night. If people are interested, now's the time for them to come out and learn some more information.
Absolutely. So Friday, January 19th, between 3 and 7, they can come out and get some dinner and some drinks and hang with the bike community. They can also shop for some bikes and get an idea of maybe what they want to buy in this spring.
And that's going to help you guys in your mission here in the new year.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. Christy, thank you so much. much for your time. Always so much fun here. We appreciate it. As always, if you'd like to learn more about Bikes for Kids Wisconsin, again, that brand new name for 2024, you can go to this story up on channel3000.com. Love their mission here, and you guys know how important, learning to ride those two wheels are, especially growing up here. So giving the means to everyone is truly something very amazing here in the 608.
Definitely a laudable goal. Makes me want to dust off the old bike.
Oh, bikes equal freedom, especially for kids. And go where you want.
Oh, for sure.
Josh Breider, thanks for showing us around this morning.
Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. You can reach out to him on social media. There's his handle. There's his email address as well. 6:49 on your Thursday. Coming up in the morning sprint, a new policy at Aldi that could change what you're going to need when you go shopping.
We're back after this.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
The biggest mattress clearance event is on now at Ashley's Manufacturer Liquidation Sale. Shop Overstock and special purchase mattresses while they last. Or Sealy Queen mattress for as little as $9 a month. Only at Ashley.
Spectrum Mobile brings you our best deal to start the new year. Now you can get unlimited mobile for $15 per line. Switch to Spectrum Mobile Unlimited for just $15 per line with no added taxes or hidden fees and no contracts. Save over $1,400 for the first year. Call 855-231-7007. Spectrum Mobile includes nationwide 5G and the fastest wireless speeds with unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to Spectrum Mobile Unlimited for just $15 per line. Call 855-231-7007 or visit a Spectrum store near you.
Save big this Friday through Sunday at Hy-Vee. Pepsi products, 6-pack mini cans or bottles, just $2.99 each when you buy 4. Jack's Pizza is just $2.48. Get General Mills cereal like Cheerios for just $1.99. Tostitos, just $2.99. Hy-Vee bacon is just $2.99. And Prego Italian sauce is only $1.48. Get these great deals and more Friday through Sunday only at Hy-Vee.
Dear winter, we're coming. Our squad of vehicles with all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive is ready to take you on. Safety's the name of our game. Bundle up. Toyota.
Right now, you can get 2.99% APR financing for 60 months on a tough 2023 Toyota Tacoma. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Save big money now at Menards. Do you have a painting job that requires crisp, clean lines? Look no further than Frog Tape. This premium-grade painter's tape includes paint block technology that seals edges for sharp paint lines. Now just $7.49 per roll. Upgrade your home with new outlets from Legrand. Charge more of your devices without the need for bulky AC adapters. All Legrand USB devices are on sale now, like this USB outlet. Get it for $32.99.
Save big money at Menards.
After a serious crash with a semi-truck, everything can change instantly. Your future, your family's future, your quality of life. That's why knowledge and results matter in big truck cases. And not all law firms have the know-how or the resources to handle these complicated cases. At Gruber Law Offices, we have the experience it takes to make sure you're protected. And there's never a fee until we win your case. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
The biggest clearance event is happening now at Ashley's Manufacturer Liquidation Sale. Shop Overstock and special purchases with savings up to 75% store-wide, plus financing options with no money down. Only at Ashley.
Rediscover life without pain. SSM Health Orthopedics.
6:52, time for the morning sprint.
A Democratic law firm is asking the Wisconsin Supreme Court to throw out the state's congressional maps now. Elias Law Group argues last month's decision on new state legislative maps opens the door to a change in congressional boundaries, too. Right now, Republicans hold 6 of the 8 congressional seats in Wisconsin. The court has to have new maps in place by March 15th for them to be used in this fall's elections.
The Dane County Board will meet tonight. On the agenda, more funding for the jail consolidation project. This comes after bids to construct the project came in millions over budget in November. Dane County Sheriff Calvin Barrett has previously said expansion is necessary and called current conditions borderline unconstitutional.
Local blood donation centers are asking for your help as they face a dip in donations. According to Impact Life, road conditions and the cold are causing people to cancel their donations or not make an appointment at all. Centers are asking anyone who can to schedule an appointment to donate. You can do that at bloodcenter.org.
Dane County now has a new operations center. The county spent more than $5.5 million repurposing a former Fitchburg fire station. Now, all training for emergency responses can happen in one place. The county is also able to store all of its emergency equipment in one spot.
Madison police are investigating a break-in at an East Side restaurant. It happened on Cottage Grove Road just before 1 Wednesday morning. Officers responded to the scene after a burglary alarm went off. Police cleared the restaurant. They reported seeing broken glass, but nothing stolen. Anyone with information, though, should contact the Madison area Crime Stoppers.
MPD is also looking for a man who allegedly threatened a woman with a knife and stole her car. It happened on East Wash just before 1 o'clock in the afternoon Tuesday. Officers say a man entered a business and asked an employee about a loan, and as she helped him, he pulled out a knife and demanded money. Police say he hit her. She was taken to the hospital. Her car was found hours later on East Karstens Drive.
Congress has until tomorrow to prevent a partial government shutdown. If lawmakers don't pass a stopgap measure, multiple agencies will be affected. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says his chamber should be able to vote and pass a measure today, but House Republicans want to address immigration first. Right now, senators are working on a bipartisan immigration deal.
To former President Trump's ongoing legal woes, E. Jean Carroll took the witness stand yesterday. During her testimony, the judge asked Trump to be quiet several times. He was heard while Carroll was speaking. The morning ended with a confrontation. The judge threatened to bar Trump from attending the trial.
If you get your groceries at Aldi, don't forget to bring a reusable bag next time. The retailer is eliminating plastic shopping bags from all of its U.S. stores. Customers can bring their own reusable bags or buy cloth bags there.
5 minutes away from 7 o'clock, another very cold start to our morning. It's not as brutal as it was a couple of mornings ago, but still need to bundle up. 1 degree right now in Madison. 5 in Janesville has now dipped down into the single numbers in Janesville, still hanging on to 11 in Monroe. 1 currently in the Dells. Now, don't have a whole lot of wind yet, but that will be changing as we go through later tonight, tomorrow. Wind chill advisories. Could see those wind chills tomorrow morning, closer to 20 below zero. We will look at some sunshine this morning. Clouds will fill in. Some snow starts to spread in here in the Madison area. About 5 o'clock. May pick up in intensity here between 7 and 8 o'clock. A lot of this winding down as we get toward midnight, but could leave 1 to 2 inches of snow. As the clouds will win out, we're headed into the mid-teens. Not a lot of wind today, but that will change tomorrow. Some much colder air rolls in again. Temperatures below zero for the weekend, and afternoon highs generally in the teens. And we're talking about rain, maybe a little bit of ice Monday. More rain, it looks like, much of next week.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Kelly, thank you. Thanks for joining us, folks. We're back in half an hour.